Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Top 3 Zone. I am presenting the top 3 scuba gauges in detail briefly. I am researching many scuba gauges. Then only the 3 best scuba gauges pellets listed. Top 3 scuba gauges reviews video. The top 3 scuba gauges link and the latest price are given in the description box. So, let's get started. And enjoy this video. Number 1. Oceanic SWIV Nitrox Compatible Pressure Gauge. One more pressure gauge in the list by Oceanic for diving in extreme condition. The design is so sturdy that can give accurate result anytime. Oceanic indicate their measurement in bars instead of psi. This SWIV Nitrox compatible pressure gauge can measure from 0 to 400 bars. With a safety reserve, 0 to 50 bars in red color coded indicates the divers that they are in low air. A yellow color coded from 50 to 100 bars for reserve requirement and a green color coded from 100 to 400 bars. I have a shock-resistant Borden mechanism furnished with a double Kevlar braided high-pressure hose. The hose features 7/8 threaded end, and triple chrome-plated marine brass fittings. It has a 360° swivel for easy use. The gauge case is made from tough glass-filled Noril with a double Lexan face. This face absorbs light and glows 7 times faster. It has an eyelet for attachment of the clip to keep it close to divers. The gauge also has a temperature gauge for temperature measurements. In a word, this gauge is a must-buy gear for diver considering all these facilities, though the price is a bit high for a single gauge but worthy for the features. This compact gauge preferred for the professional divers. Advantage: excellent for travel dive, red-tipped needle, accurate and sharp reading, ease of use. Number 2. TUSA Platina Analog Console. The TUSA Platina is a low-profile and complete gauge package for both the experienced and recreational divers. It includes a pressure gauge, a depth gauge, and a compass. Anyone can easily handle the gauge as it provides continuous data in an easy-to-read format. This lightweight gauge includes a submersible pressure gauge with a reading up to 5,000 psi or 400 bars. The gauge respectively colors coded with red, blue to donate reserve air. It also includes a thermometer from 0 to 100 OFOR temperature measurements. This gear has a depth gauge with a reading up to 0 to 200 feet or 60 meters with 2 safety color coded of red and blue. At 10 feet depth reading, it indicates the minimum depth. This depth gauge is furnished with a maximum depth indicator that follows the depth needle. This efficient TUSA Platina has a compass on the reverse side of the console. This back mount compass is filled with oil. This compass has both top and side scan reading for accuracy. A ratchet bezel has 30° increment and 10° indicator mark. Both the gauge features a luminescent light storage dial for visibility in the dark. This combo gauge is manufactured for the rigidity and standard performance. We would strongly suggest you take a close look over it. It won't be a waste of money at all. Advantage: compass designed for perfect navigation. Clear luminescent dial. Rugged construction of gauges. High visibility graphics. Number 3. Scuba Pro Depth and Pressure Gauge. Scuba Pro always stays ahead of everyone for making backup instruments for recreational and experienced divers. This 2 gauge features a small plastic case pressure gauge and oil-filled depth gauge. They both mounted in an inline console boot. This all-in-one console has a lower instrument compartment to protect the instrument face. The boot has many lanyard attachments that keep the instrument in hand without harming environments. This Scuba Pro 2 gauge has an oil-filled depth gauge that read out from 0 to 200 meters. Depth gauge has a bright red indicator marks to indicate decompression at 10 feet to 20, with a safety stop. Also, the depth gauge has an MDI indicator, luminous dial for easy reading, and a temperature gauge with a readout from 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. A double brass submersible pressure gauge with a readout from 0 to 6,000 psi. Safety in low air with red reserve air zone display at 0 to 1,000 psi. It also has the luminous dial for easy reading. The pressure also includes a 7/16 paste 34.5 high-pressure hose. The Scuba Pro 2 gauge is a lightweight and compact console boot. It has a lanyard attachment bracket to attach as anywhere while diving. Though the price is a bit high, it is acceptable according to the quality. Make your dive wonderful with this exclusive scuba gauge. Advantage: lightweight and compound console. Impact resistance boot. Luminous dials for ease of readability. Durable and reliable.